I was the family black sheep, until the day I inherited everything and watched them all scramble to explain why they'd abandoned my passing away daughter. For 3 years, I'd been begging my family for help. My 8-year-old daughter Lily needed experimental cancer treatment that insurance wouldn't cover. $400,000. I'd sold everything. My house, my car, my business. Still wasn't enough. My brother owns 3 dealerships. My sister's husband runs a hedge fund. My parents retired with a $2 million portfolio. But when I called them crying, asking for loans, for anything, they all had the same response. We can't enable your poor financial decisions, Marcus. My mom actually said I should let nature take its course instead of throwing good money after bad. She said this about her own granddaughter. When I started a GoFundMe, my sister called me embarrassing and made me take it down because it reflected poorly on the family name. My brother told his friends I was playing the victim to avoid taking responsibility for my debts. The last family dinner I attended, my uncle pulled me aside and whispered, "Maybe this is God's way of telling you to move on and have healthy children." I cut them all off completely, moved across the country with Lily, lived in a studio apartment, worked 3 jobs, took out predatory loans with 30% interest rates. I was going to save my daughter, even if I had to sacrifice everything. Lily fought for 18 months. The treatment worked initially, but then her body started rejecting it. She passed away, holding my hand, asking why Grandma and Grandpa never visited anymore. At her funeral, not one family member showed up. 2 weeks later, a lawyer called. Turns out, my great-aunt Beatrice, who I'd only met twice as a kid, had passed away and left me everything. She'd been following my story through a family friend and was disgusted by how they'd treated me. $4.8 million, plus properties in 3 states. The inheritance made local news because of the amount. Within 24 hours, my phone was exploding. My mom, "Sweetheart, I've been thinking about Lily every day. We should plan a memorial service together." My sister, "I found some of Lily's artwork in storage. Thought you might want it back. Also, David has some investment opportunities." My brother, "Bro, I feel terrible about everything. Let me make it up to you. I'm opening a new dealership and could use a partner." But here's what they didn't know. Great Aunt Beatrice had included a letter with very specific instructions. She'd left an additional $2 million to be distributed among my family members, but only if they could provide documented proof they'd helped with Lily's medical expenses, bank records, receipts, anything. The lawyer scheduled a family meeting to distribute these funds. They all showed up, dressed up, ready to cash in. One by one, he asked them to provide their documentation of financial support during Lily's illness. The silence was deafening. My mom started crying, claiming she'd sent cash that couldn't be tracked. My brother insisted he'd offered emotional support, which was more valuable than money. My sister demanded to speak to a different lawyer because this one was clearly biased. The lawyer read the final clause aloud. If no family member can prove they helped Marcus during his daughter's medical crisis, the additional $2 million will be donated to the Children's Cancer Research Foundation, along with a public statement detailing the family's abandonment of a sick child. My sister screamed that Beatrice was a vindictive old witch. My brother accused me of manipulating a stranger. My mom begged me to remember that we're still family. The donation was made the next day. The local newspaper ran the story with the headline, "Anonymous Family Abandons Sick Child, Loses $2 million Inheritance." I moved to a town where nobody knows our story. Started a foundation in Lily's name. Built a life surrounded by people who actually show up when things get hard. My family still calls sometimes, usually around holidays. I let it go to voicemail. The black sheep doesn't need a flock.